Hello everybody, Dagmar Bryant, mindset and transformational coach. Kind of hiding under this tree this morning because it's just started raining here in the UK where I'm sitting, and I wanted to get this video out today because today's video is about you. It is about validating you. And I'm recording this video in conjunction with Mental Health Awareness Week because it is Mental Health take two. It's tripping over my words. It is Mental Health Awareness Week here in the UK. Now, so often we forget to validate who we are. Who are you actually? How do you define yourself? Do you define yourself as a mother or a father, as a husband or a wife? Are you looking at just your job or just your career? Someone who's very career focused might define themselves as an entrepreneur or someone successful in earning a certain amount of money. There is so much more to who we are than defining ourselves by just one thing. I remember my father, and he passed away in June 2011, so goodness, that's coming up to 9 years now. But quite a few years before that, he wasn't old enough to get a pension, and at the time the pension age was 65 in Australia, and he got made redundant from his work, and he found it very difficult to get new work because he was at that funny age where employers were saying, well, you're probably of retirement age, but you're not. And so he started his own business. But my family and we could really see a distinct decrease in his well-being and what I would call his mental health, because he considered who he was as defined by his work. And when he no longer had his work, then that led to a decrease in his overall well-being. We are so much more, like I said, than just one thing. So who are you? Tell me your stories. Get a piece of paper and a pen and help yourself to work out what is important in terms of who you think that you are. So let me start. Let me give you an example. Well, I am Glenn's wife, so I am a wife. I am the mother to two beautiful grown-up daughters. I am the adopted mother to a beautiful little furball. I am a successful business owner. I am a world traveller. I've lived on 3 continents, Australia, the USA, and now the UK. But more than anything, I am a work in progress. And I want us all to remember that. If we were perfect, or if we had done it all, if we had achieved everything that could be achieved, then there probably wouldn't be a reason for us to be here. But we are here, and there is bound to be something more. Now, I know with mental health awareness that there are a lot of people who struggle. There are a lot of people who suffer with their well-being. And that's not something that can just be gotten over very simply. And sometimes we do need help. But I want you to start with defining who you are and why you matter. Because the important note here is that you do matter, either to someone else, to a difference that you're making, or something that you're doing in your life. You matter. And that is such an important component of why you are here. Get out pens and papers, have a look at who you are, and look at your achievements. One of the things that came to mind for me last night was something, at the time, it probably wasn't so important, but I think of it now. It was last night in the middle of the night. It was a bit hot here, so I was a bit awake, and this thought popped into my head about something that had happened to me when I was about 10 years old. And I remember doing a project for the class, and my teacher put the project into the Royal Melbourne Show into a competition that they were running, and it was for a particular piece of artwork. Well, guess what? I got 3rd prize, and the astounding amount of $5 was my monetary reward. But it was such a proud achievement for me. Here was I, someone, obviously quite young, being 10, and I had received this award from among hundreds of people who would have entered. Now, third place isn't first place, but it was still an achievement. So there are many defining moments in our lives that are a reflection of who we are and who we have become. Take a moment to think of those and validate yourself. Validate the difference that you have made. I hope this has been of inspiration to you. Thank you so much for listening. I'd like to thank all the wonderful people who have sent me private messages who love these videos. If you happen to know of anyone who would benefit from these videos, please feel free to share, and don't forget to put your comments down below. Thanks guys. Talk to you again tomorrow.